We found out that Effie was going to be a girl when I was still pregnant. My pregnancy was absolute textbook. She was kicking, she had hiccups quite a lot. It was a magical time. There was no indication at all that there was anything that was going to go wrong for us. When Effie was 2.5, Paul was giving her a bath and she just fell forward and he caught her before she hit the water. It was like she just blanked out for a second. That was our very first sign that something was going wrong here for Effie. The next day she had 3 more of these same episodes, so we took her to see the doctor, and that's when we started having some tests. We went to see the neurologist. George was in his carry cot, he was 3 weeks old, and they sat us down and said, unfortunately it is Batten disease. We know at that point that Effie, she would soon be taken from us. After diagnosis, we went home. We contacted Together for Short Lives. That's where we got all our information. We thought that we was on our own, so that was when Together for Short Lives really came in and said, you're not alone, there's a huge number of other families going through exactly the same as what you're going through. So life changed rapidly with Effie's diagnosis. At the time she lost the ability to talk, she would gag on drinks, so we had to have a feeding tube fitted. As Effie's health declined, she needed to be on oxygen. When we contacted the hospice, they told us about the activities that they did for poorly children, and we were just completely blown away. It wasn't what we expected at all. Our hospice arranged a music therapist to come out to Effie, put a drum in front of her and she would gently tap it with her fingers. She could play chimes with her feet. If I hadn't spoken to Together for Short Lives and given the contact information, we wouldn't have known that. We would have been on our own without any support at all. Towards the end of Effie's life, we could tell that she was getting really poorly. It was unavoidable. We knew that it was coming, so we just had to make sure that we could plan in advance for the best end for Effie. It's what she deserved.
All them presents! A Santa thing to see Effie.
I resuscitated for 12 minutes before the ambulance got there. The longest 12 minutes of my life. She was always the sweetest, kindest, gentlest little person. She was always smiling. She absolutely adored her little brother. When we go for walks at night, he'll point to the brightest star and say, well, that's where my Effie lives. And she was just smashing. She was a magical little girl. Together for Short Lives has a helpline for families like ours. We can contact them, and there's always a listening ear on the other end of the phone. They have experience of talking with other families, which makes all the difference when you feel like you're alone and there's somebody out there that you can talk to that understands your situation. It's incredible for families like ours.